Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Downtime with Downstar, episode 138. And today we are here with Frank Hernandez, the commitment soldier. Frank, thank you for coming, man. I really appreciate it, dude.
No problem. It's been a long time coming.
It definitely has. We got to talking. It was probably the last quarter of last year. I saw you on one of your lives, and I've always found what you've done fascinating. So I just threw it out there. Hey, you ever been on a podcast? And you said DM me. I'm like, oh, perfect, man.
Because that's what it is. I think what we have to do right now with Commitment Soldier is just pretty much right now gather all the people you can, get backing, get support, get ideas from everybody else.
Yeah.
And right now it's just it's me gathering all the support that I can for Commitment Soldier to have the backing, to have the support. Number one. Two is to see what I'm hearing from the people that are supporting me, what they like about it, what they're feeling from it, because there's a whole lot of feel from it.
Yeah.
You know, this is something that Commitment Soldier is something that I want to create to stay in the realm of life, of uplifting, bottom line, uplifting people and not breaking people down, sharing experience with each other, lifting each other up. If it's an ear, if it's suggestion, if it's bounce ideas around, experience around.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I think one of the biggest things that we all need is each other. I think definitely one of the things we need is each other.
Yeah, no, definitely, man. That people are always so quick to tear somebody down and to kick them when they're down, you know? And it's good to see somebody wanting to help.
Well, you know what it is? Okay, look, my take on a lot of people is they're quick to judge.
Yeah.
Everybody's worried about everybody else and the way they're looking at them, what they think about them. They're too busy looking out and doing all this out here, when I feel that what's worked for me is when I look at myself, when I work on myself, when I critique myself, when I build myself up, I practice better principles, I practice better understandings of everything, and I start gauging the values of everything, and I start taking a real good look and assessment of me. Then I start working on me. The more I work on me in all aspects, I become a better me. Then the value of that is when I become a better me, then I become a better me to everybody. Now you start going across the board. Okay, then I'm a better boss, I'm a better employer, I'm a better employee, I'm a better father, I'm a better husband, I'm a better friend.
Yeah.
I'm a better participant in recovery. I put more efforts into everything and I become of more value. You know, and ultimately that's what we want to be.
Yeah.
I see the process of working on self, so you can be better and hone yourself in to be better in all ways and different aspects, so you can get to the mark you want to make, or achieve those goals, and get in the mindset of setting goals and completing them and moving forward. There should be a progression in life. There should be a progression. If it's every month, every 2 months, every year, you should definitely see progression every year in life.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all reaching for our goals. We should all be, if we're pointed in the right direction, we should be going in the right direction. And then, you know, sometimes I say, I put it in this perspective: if you just look down at your feet and you make sure they're going in the right direction, just keep looking, keep looking down, look at your feet, make sure they're going in the right direction. And eventually when you look up, you're there where you want to be.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just little things like that.
So how long did it take you to get this mindset about working on self?
Well, all right, so look, we'll start back. Okay, so pretty much I was born in 1978. My mom was 15 when she got pregnant, 16 when she had me. Dad was never really around. I met him first time when I was about 4. And then he started dipping in and out of my life probably around the age of 8 or 9. I grew up in Eagle Rock, California. Um, had a loving grandmother, grandfather. Didn't had a just pretty much had a pretty good little tight knit family that had gone through their issues, but I didn't know they were going through their issues at that age. Um, but I just got into junior high. I got into junior high and at a very early age. Let's see, right before junior high, like it was funny. It was fun. It was funny with the family that I had. It was cute to see 8-year-old little Frankie take a sip of a beer. And it's just what it was.
Very typical in a Hispanic household.
Yeah, and it was real different. Then it was my uncle Johnny from Venice. He it was like funny with the homies, and now you see 10-year-old Frankie like hit a joint. So then that was just part of the course, and it was just the norm. It's just what it was. It wasn't looked at in any other way. It was I want to say, like, when I was younger, it was more like with my Uncle Johnny from Venice. It was like, if you take Frankie with you, because I was 10, he was about 18. It was take him with you and you can go out. And so then it was like things I started to see when I'd go out with him. It was more drinking, more smoking, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. It was pretty interesting.
So he was in turn like a babysitter. If you want to go do something, you gotta take you along.
Yeah.
Got you.
And then it just so it started out like that, and then I started getting my own ideas and thoughts of when I hit junior high, 7th grade. I just pretty much I started smoking a little more weed. I started experimenting with P-Dogs, crack cocaine. I started smoking angel dust. I had a park right next to the school, so where I lived and how I had to get to school, I had to pass a park. So one of the toughest things for me at that age was getting through the park to get to school, because you'd run into the homeboys and people that were there, and you'd end up hitting this, smoking that, doing that. You just couldn't make it to school.
So you knew them from your cousin already?
No, you just made these people you just meet these people from school.
Gotcha.
These are the people at school, and I pretty much started getting in the stuff I was getting into just because it was there. I can't tell nobody that at that age that when I started I had some big issues. I had some big trauma, big trauma in my life that I was trying to bury or I was trying to run from. It was more like I was trying to find myself, and these were the things that I did to fit in, to be part of. I liked the way it made me feel. All that stuff, and I guess without going into deep of that one, like there were a few resentments that I had from mom and stuff like that, and just the things that I had created as a young boy, because I was a big major mama's boy. I'm the only boy, I'm her only son, and with dad not being there, that was mom's.
Yeah.
And I didn't like nobody with her.
Yeah.
I didn't like nobody, anybody, any man being with her. And I caught a lot of resentments towards, her new boyfriends or spouses or whatever that you want to call them. So, real young and real hard, I started experimenting with more and more drugs and alcohol. And I mean, shit, I can go back to as long ago when a King Cobra 40 ounce was $1.28.
Yeah.
And I remember that 140 ounce would send me to oblivion.
Yeah.
I couldn't even handle a whole 40. It'd fuck me up. Wow. Bad.
Shit, man.
So I started meeting the fellas. I started trying to find my place as a teenager, and At that time, it was just a lot of fun. It was a lot of excitement. It was anywhere from stealing cars to getting as much weed as you could smoke in a night, getting as drunk, as many girls as you can be with. It was just having as much fun as you could every single day.
Yeah.
Through the means of using and drinking and just being with the fellas, and then I catch myself at probably about 14 getting arrested for joyriding. Then I get arrested again at 15 for graffiti on a freeway wall. Then I get arrested again. I pretty much I just started between the midst of using and partying and then getting into the things I was getting into. I started getting incarcerated. I start going to camp number 1. I go to camp number 2. I go to camp number 3. I go to camp number 4. Probably from the age of 14 to 18, I'd probably done close to 3.5 years.
Wow.
It's about 3.5 years through camps and juvenile halls.
Now, at this time, what's the feedback like from your family? Had they given up at that time?
No, I was more looked at as the stubborn, very stubborn. Frank's very stubborn, stuck in his way. It was almost looked at at a way. It's like they almost, if you looked at the history, it was you can see, if you looked at the pattern in the history, you could kind of see why Frank went this way.
Got you.
You could kind of understand it.
Yeah.
So it was too much. It was too much. No, it was to the point where how far I took it, because I was the kid that by the age of 16, I'd say, see you later. I'll be back at 10.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't come back for 8 days.
Oh shit.
And then I'd do it again and again. Then it was finally like, door's locked, you can't come back. And I'd look at you and go, it's okay.
So at this time, what was your mentality like?
Here, my mentality was just trying to be the fucking toughest motherfucker you can out there. Try to survive out there, have the good reputation, have the good jacket, never back down from shit. Go out there and just, I knew by the age of 15, 16, that what we were up to, that the minute I stepped out on the front porch, that could be my last day.
Really?
Yeah. It's just things that we were out there. It's just, we're up to a lot of bad shit.
Now, was this involved in any gang stuff as well, or just a bunch of friends?
There was gang relations a lot, but that's one thing that I hold true, and I'm very fortunate. I never joined a gang.
Got you.
I don't have a neighborhood. I never got jumped into a neighborhood. I'm not a part of a neighborhood.
Got you.
None of that. So that's very, very fortunate, because that's just one less thing that I had to deal with.
Yeah.
Because I learned at a young age too, and that's because of my Uncle Johnny's, was I didn't have to have a neighborhood. I didn't have to have a body on my side. You could be exactly what the fuck you want to do and do it however you want to do, and you didn't have to be from a neighborhood. And obviously I showed myself that.
Yeah.
I could go out there and I could do just as much as anybody else. I could run the streets just as much as everybody else. I can do all that. And I didn't have to be from a neighborhood. I'm very fortunate for that.
So, by the time 18, about 3.5 years, you're inside camp.
In and out.
When you were inside, what were you thinking? Were you ready to get out? Was it comfort being around, like-minded individuals?
I pretty much want to say that, like, me getting incarcerated through my juvenile years, as hard as I was going on drugs and alcohol and doing the things I was doing, it's one of the main reasons why I feel I made it through my teenage years. it was because of those 5 months, those 7 months, those 6 months, those 11 months, those 3 months, all those incarceration periods. It was safe.
Yeah.
It get healthy. It was take a time out, take
Yeah.
a pause, slow the fuck down, stop.
Yeah.
Stop, because nothing ever stopped when I was out.
Yeah.
It was full throttle, anything and everything, and as much as we can do.
Yeah.
In a 24-hour period, if not longer. I mean, you'll hear in some of my Frank Hernandez videos, the sick one, 18 days.
Mm-hmm.
That's me probably when I was about 16, 17.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, hey, and that's what it was. Like, I've never had no in between. It's all or nothing.
Yeah.
It's everything. Shoot your wad, do it all, go to the fullest, go to the extreme of it, or don't do shit. I never had a really, what's this middle area? There is no middle area.
Yeah.
It was everything you did. It was go out there and do it to the fullest. Go out there full throttle. Because you get into a mindset back then that if you half-ass some of the things you were doing, you can get hurt. There's no falling short.
Yeah.
There's no falling short on some of these things we were doing. It was all or nothing. And so answering your question about how I felt when I was getting incarcerated, I got acclimated to it very quickly. And it was all right. I was okay with it. I understood that it was me slowing down. It felt safe. Three hots in a cot. You were good. You were taken care of. I could handle myself, so I wasn't really tripping on getting hurt or anything like that. It was just boring at times, especially in the halls. But camp was like fucking Disneyland.
Really?
Yeah, you're with the fellas. You're with the boys. Not being from a neighborhood, so you're not banging against other kids. Worst case scenario is one tries to bully you for a second, you just handle that. So you ain't tripping, you know what I mean? You just keep your head up and you have fun and you just do a little fucking time and get right again.
Yeah.
And then you hit the streets, and then it was the revolving, like, once you got out, if people were happy to see you, you were looked at a little different, you kind of earning your little baby stripes of bullshit. But most of all, as I got older and I look back at that, that's the thing that saved my life, probably.
Yeah.
That's what really helped me out. That's what put a pause on my life, because it was going so fast, so hard. But that's just what it was. It was building my own resentments, probably because I was smart enough to know that what I was doing wasn't right. I got thrown in the grips of addiction at a very young age, and I said and did everything under the sun that made an excuse for it, or just didn't sugarcoated it the way I want to, so it didn't look as bad.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that my mom always said, that I was blessed with a curse, because I was doing probably more and doing things more than most of my peers and my friends, and I could look at you and I could smile. I can talk to you. I wasn't biting my ear. I wasn't looking fucking half dead or look sketched out or shit like that. And my mom would see other fellas with me and be like, "That's your good morning, Mom." She'd look at the other dudes and look at me and go, "That's your fucking problem." You look at you. You can look at me right in the fucking eye. You can look at me. You can say hi. You can say good morning. You can smile. And I know you've done more shit than those kids right there. And look at him. You can't even look at me. He looks fucking weird. He's biting his fucking ear. He's drooling. Like, you know what I mean? Like, dude, that's your fucking problem, friend. You're fucking blessed with a curse.
Blessed with a curse. I've never heard that. That's a great one, man.
Fucking, like, just tolerance.
Blessed with a curse.
But even back then, like, even back then, though, it was because I was funny.
Yeah.
I was funny. I was entertaining. I was live wire. You never know what Frank was going to do next. The most left filled shit that you would think nobody would ever fucking think of or do. That was Frank.
Yeah.
You know, that was a big part of it. It was I almost think I got more into using and doing all this shit because of my own self entertainment. A lot of shit that I did, it was for my own fucking humor.
Mm-hmm.
It was when you're doing more and more and more things, and you're catching entertainment out of the left field thing. So you might have reached out here left field, but things keep getting more and more. The more you do it, the more shit you're gonna grab from way out here, and then I just found a really, really, really big interest in doing my brain, bro. I'd just come up with the most fucking way out shit, and I'd execute it.
Well, I'm sure all these drugs helped you tap into something in your brain that most people that don't use
I can imagine.
get to see.
I can imagine, because there was a time there too when it was it's like one of my best friends, his brothers, and they were old. We were younger, so we were probably around 15, and his brothers would go to the raves back when the raves were going.
Raves?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they would go, okay, we're going out to the raves tonight, we'll be back later. And I'd be like, what the fuck? Why can't we go? We want to go. No, you can't go. We're not taking you, Frank. You can't go, and my little brother's not going either. You guys stay here. And what the fuck are we gonna do? So they'd rip us off a 10 strip of acid,
Mm-hmm.
and they'd put it right here inside your mouth,
Mm-hmm.
like a mouth guard. And that's 15, 16 years old, taking a 10 strip of acid, sitting down on the grass, and then 7 hours later you're still on the fucking lawn right there just melting.
Yeah.
And that just was a example of how it was. There was no limit. There was no really limits of what we did. It was just all fun. It was the most you can do as whenever you could do it, and it was all for the extreme high and fun of things.
Yeah.
You know, because you never knew it was gonna happen, and it was always like one for the books, one for the books, one for the books. And when you put one in the book, let's make a better one for the book.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you got a fucking chapter of crazy little stories and things that happen. And see, but what you don't realize through all this when you're doing it is that you're getting in the grips of the disease.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting in the grips of the addiction. Shit's getting way out of hand. You're not just using to have fun no more. You're using because you gotta use. You're getting stuck. You know what I mean? You gotta do this to feel this way or feel that way or have these moments that you feel that is at that time is what's making your life. You know.
Now, when did you realize that addiction had a hold of you? As far as it being just for fun times.
I'll say it was probably around 22. So I can go back as far as saying I was probably about 21, and this is like, this one sticks out to me about where my life was and like just that, like, okay, watch. So I can remember waking up at around 21 years old. I have my own little. I'm with my ex. We'd been together for some years. Since we were 16, I'm 21. We got some dogs. We got 2 beautiful dogs. We got a little, like, duplex, a fish tank, decently little furnished, nothing major at all. 12-pack of beer in the fridge. And I can remember waking up going, I made it. I made it. This is it. I looked around. I looked at what I had, and I went, fucking made it.
Yeah.
That's it. I did it. I remember that day. I threw my hands up and went, yeah. Fuck it. I made it. And I look back at that and I go, what the fuck did I mean I made it? What was that? Where were you at? What were you thinking? What did you make it from? Like, what, you weren't in prison? You weren't dead? You you're not a quadriplegic. You got all your teeth. I mean, what the fuck? That's by far did you make it? But that's how fucked off I was. You know, that's just that's just it ain't right.
Yeah.
You know, so I want to say from the 2021 to 23 that's when I knew it was no longer fun.
Got you.
It was no longer becoming fun. It was becoming maintenance. It was becoming work. It was a whole lot of lies and a whole lot of work just to stay loaded, take care of the responsibilities, go to work. You know, because I started painting when I got in the apprentice program when I was about 20, right in there of 2021, and that was at the city of Burbank.
Okay.
And I swore I wasn't gonna get loaded when I started working there. And little by little, I started doing a little more, you know, start dipping, and then next thing you know, I'm full blown getting loaded. And it was one thing when you got loaded on a Thursday, because I talk about them on my Frank Hernandez Fridays.
Yeah.
You get loaded on a Thursday, and then you're super employee for Friday. You know, because first day you look fine.
Yeah.
And you're just amped. You know,
So it's a day. It goes for days.
It can go for
Gotcha.
days. So you start dipping from like all right, it's Thursday night, get on one, start doing some shit. Come Friday, fucking balls out, you're at work, you're super employee. And then it's the weekend, and then you can party a little bit on Saturday, and then you land the plane on Sunday, and then Monday you're a little off, but who the fuck isn't? On a Monday, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, you know, it gets better by Tuesday, Wednesday, and then guess what? It's fucking it's Thursday again, bro. It's game time, you know? But what happens is you start fucking up that little schedule, and you start dipping from, once you dip into Sunday, you do anything Sunday, strap your seatbelt on. Strap your fucking seatbelt on, because, ready? You're going to take this one out. You got to go all next week.
The whole week.
The whole fucking week.
Oh shit.
And I did that a few times, and that one gets rough. Because you just don't know how and when it's going to affect your system at this point. So you run into some interesting little scenarios. Yeah. You I mean, here, this is as far as I'll go on this podcast to tell everybody and let people know how bad I was. I'd have to get up in the morning. Okay, I have to get up in the morning. I have to run out to my car, put my pants on, run out to the car that I knew I had something in my pipe, start my car, hit the pipe real quick so I can go, just so I had enough in me to brush my teeth, get dressed, and make a Scooby snack. And then I'd do that. After I brush my teeth, I'd eat that Scooby snack.
What's a Scooby snack?
It's dope in a tissue.
Okay.
So you eat it like a capsule. So then after you brush your teeth, you eat the Scooby snack, and then you get back in your car and you roast. You start smoking shit. And that second smoke was enough just to get you to work. And then when you got to work, that Scooby snack would kick in. So it was this to just do this to just do that.
Yeah.
And then this to start your day off. And it was sick. It was rough. It was not fun.
Yeah.
It was literally getting loaded just to make it through your day and work. I mean, I remember when 9/11 happened. I was just another day getting loaded and at the city of Burbank, and all of a sudden everybody got all worked up, and me, I was just glad everybody was out of the shop. I was just glad everybody was gone, and I really didn't know exactly what was going on until I seen it, and then I was like, oh shit, that's what's going on. But you just can't feel can't feel anything. You're fucking, you're just numbed. You're just surviving.
Yeah.
You're just surviving as a fucking dope fiend at that time. So it was like, we speed up through there, and one day I wake up to, because my ex didn't even talk to her mom at this time. She had no relationship with her mom. She really had no friends. But I wake up, and she has half my place packed already.
Mm.
And her mom's in the living room, and one of her friends that she hasn't seen for a long time. They're in my living room with half my place packed. The place that I said I had made it.
Yeah.
They have it all packed. And I was like, oh shit. And then once again, just to let everybody, just to get it out there how sick I was, I didn't blink twice. I went to the bathroom, I called my homeboy, and he was there in 7 minutes. And he threw me an issue, and we went to Venice Beach and played handball all day.
Wow.
That's just what it was.
So she stayed and you had to go?
No, she left. She packed
Oh,
all her
she
shit.
packed all her
left.
stuff.
Yeah, and this is at like 24 years old. I'd been with her since I was 16.
So she obviously knew. Or were you able to hide it well?
I talk to my wife now, because my wife knows everything about me and knows my whole history, and that's one thing, we talk about it. It's how she didn't, my ex didn't know. I don't know how she couldn't know.
Yeah.
But it is what it is, I'm just kind of giving all this background to kind of like put it out there.
Yeah, definitely.
How it was and where it kind of started and how sick I got and how fucking deep I got into the shit. But we're getting to the point now where this is where I knew I had to make a change.
Mm-hmm.
This is where I knew I had to make a change for me. I had to get things right. I'd fucked things off way too hard and way too long. And if I wanted to make anything out of myself, I had to do something different. So at 25, I got into recovery. Okay, I started going to a program, and I started getting some time under me, and I started getting some tools, and I started getting some support and following suggestion and doing all that, and all in all, I ended up going out on my own painting wise. First year being clean, and I started getting a lot of jobs, and I started getting real happy and started seeing the freedom of recovery and started feeling myself again and started living and started feeling my feelings and appreciating things and seeing the value of things and getting my first real run at what life can be. So anytime I ever applied myself, right? Anytime I ever applied myself into anything, I excelled at it.
Got you.
I did better and better. As long as I focused on it and I put all my heart into it and I put all my time into anything, I'd make something of it. So I went from 2 guys to 3 guys to 4 guys to 5 guys to 1 job to 2 jobs to reputation to working my ass off and building my tools up, the progression of all that. And I stayed sober for almost 4.5 years.
Wow.
And then towards the end of that, let's say on the 3.5 year mark, I went for my licensing.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that took me about a year. And so now here I'm sitting with about 4 years sober, and I just passed my licensing. And I'm on top of the world. And then real quick, but I'm not running my recovery program no more. I'm buried in the work.
Got you.
And what happens is, through this process, relationship wise, all right? I'm gonna cover the three bases real quick of why I say I went back out. Okay, so relationship was I know I'd made a gnarly trail of destruction behind me in my addiction, but I get clean for 1 year and I'm like, hey, to my ex, what's up with this? What's up with that? Oh, okay, all right. 2 years go by. Hey, what's up? You did this, you did that. Give me time. Okay, 3 years. Now I'm going. Fucking 3 years now.
Yeah.
What's up? What am I not? I gave you patience. I gave you time. But what's up? What's going on with these parts of our relationship? Here comes 4 years in it. I'm tripping off that it's an issue, but I'm focused on getting my license. Everything's going on. My Uncle Johnny, he gets shot and killed. I get a letter all within 2-3 months of all this. My Uncle Johnny gets shot and killed. I get a denial letter from my licensing after the fact that of my felony when I was 18. I fell short of the statute of limitations and they were rejecting my license. The one thing that was a big bummer because I was already celebrating, me, family, friends, sitting back. I had all my bonding, insurances. I had everything lined up. I was waiting just for my license to come in the mail. And I had a lot of work contingent on that license. And they gave me the fucking denial letter. And I'm like, you took my fucking fingerprints more than 1.5 years ago. How didn't you know? Why you wait this far and have me spend all this money and set all this up and thinking I'm right here? So that was a big bummer. So Uncle passes. The licensing thing was a huge one for me. And then back to that relationship thing. So that's what happens. You're not running a solid program in recovery. You don't have a support system. You're trying to do on your own will. You're not keeping your eye on the ball. And when something major like that, all three of those things happened, I couldn't cope. I couldn't deal with it. I wanted to escape, and I made a conscious decision to go back out. So here went Frankie. Just went back out. I went little by little, did this, did that, moved out. Started drinking a little, started using a little. That tried to do a little, went full throttle. And then I caught myself fucking back in the action. Back to that same old bullshit. Same using again and drinking and lying and running amok.
So are you hanging out with, or for this 4-year span, do you lose connection with the people that you were hanging out with, and then when you decide you hit them back up and start running with a different crowd, or it was just...
No, because at that point, at 30, I didn't have to... Yeah, I don't have all the homies no more. I don't have that set of people.
Yeah.
I've disattached from all that. That's one of the big things that I did for being clean. I disattached and all that. So when I started drinking again and using again, at that point, the weird one about that, or the biggest thing about that, is I didn't need nobody to get loaded with. It's just me, myself, and I, and that was all right.
You just knew where to get it, what to do, what you had in mind. It was already...
Yeah, because it's all out there.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where you go. Alcohol sells at every store. Drugs is on every, all around. You don't have to search that far. You don't have to look that long. You'll find it. It's everywhere.
Now, when you decided to jump back on it, what was your drug of choice? Since you were a child, it seemed like there was a lot of different things that you were in. What was the thing that caught you the most?
Methamphetamine.
Got you.
Yeah, meth was the one. Meth was the one that you can, I don't know, keep you up, give you energy, make you do this, have you do that. It was like an enhancement to the extreme.
Got you.
So it was that ended up being my drug of choice.
Okay, so you jump back into it.
So I jumped back into it, and I had my first daughter. I had my first daughter, Jalen, and now I'm looking at like, can I pull it together? Can I do it for my daughter? I mean, first kid. I know what kid would mean to me, and long story short, I couldn't. I went worse. I went worse after she turned about 1, and the thing I did though was like I was with her for that first year and a half. I was the stay-at-home dad, and I built that relationship with her. I built that father and daughter bond, and so that was one thing really good that I did, and that stuck, and it was very, very valuable in years to come. So then I just went, after that, I just couldn't hold it together, and I just went worse, and then I truly checked out. So I checked out, and then I want to say 10 years ago, at 31 I met my wife. So I met my wife, and what happened with that was we in a short period of time told each other and talked to each other a lot longer than most people do. And one of the biggest things out of that was, when I tell you I told her everything about me, my whole history from right to left, up and down, every dark corner, you name it, I told her.
Yeah.
Same with her. Every right to left, up and down, dark corner, she laid it all out to me. And as profound as that could be in those two stories, something happened. We built a bond. We built an understanding. So like at my age, so for who I was and where it was for me, it was a couple of things that stood out for me to her was, wow, this woman has never been treated like a queen. She's never been treated like a woman. She's never had a man comfort her and show her love, true love, and she hasn't been catered to, and she hasn't been put up on a pedestal, and she's never felt what that feels like. And me, she just saw somebody that's just put himself through the ringer and experienced this and experienced that and experienced this and experienced that and was broken, and that I had something in me. So she felt that she'd invest in me to hopefully get to that point of what I could truly be, where I could truly go. And what started off as a one-time date to one conversation to 30 conversations turned into love.
So at this time, when did the conversation happen that you told her everything that you've been through? How early on in the relationship was it?
Probably the first month.
Really?
Yeah, the first month.
Did you feel like you just needed to vent to somebody?
I was kind of like in a rut in life. I was in a rebound situation, because I was kind of beating myself up there for a minute and kind of feeling the regrets of all the just me going back out and feeling, and I had lost my relationship. I finally completely destroyed my previous relationship
With your daughter's mom?
Yeah.
Now, was that your first ex?
Yeah.
That you lived with?
Mm-hmm.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah, because I was with her 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
I was with her 15 years, and then now I've been with my wife 10.
Got you. Okay.
So then me and my wife now, we went out there, we were messing around for the first couple years, and then we made a decision together to get better, get right, move forward, and we started working, and we started getting, assistance with like people that we knew. Hey, I got a job, get into every job that I go to. It seemed like I can get my wife in there. So we started marketing, and then we started doing really good at it, and then we started getting better at it, and then we started moving up in management, and then we started going from living in my car to hotels to a little guest house in the back to a fucking 3-bedroom house. It's progression.
Yeah.
And then we have our first my second daughter, our first daughter,
Yes.
my wife's first daughter, Jenna, which she's 7 now. We had her, and then we're living in Gardena, and then we moved back to Sylmar with my mom. A little cool one about that is mom 7 years ago, Step Pops, he hit $1 million on a scratcher.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Whoa!
Yeah, he hit $1 million on a scratcher, and that got my mom out of apartments in Burbank to a house in Sylmar, a fixer-upper, and we all fixed it up and got it right and kind of repositioned her. So then we moved out there. And then we got pregnant again.
Nice.
And then we had Jessie. And then after that, we got a house in Van Nuys. And then she starts going to school, my wife. So she tells me about four years ago that she wants to start doing school again. And this is her now. She's 26, 27, and I'm like, I'll support you if you give it a shot and see how you like it. My only thing is, I'll support you if you do well, like if you pass.
Yeah.
If you just get passing grades, I support you. And she goes into Valley College and she excels. She starts getting awards. We went to one award ceremony, and she's the only girl right there holding 5 awards. Why all these other people are holding 1, and my wife's right there holding 5, and we never knew how education would go for her.
Wow.
And then 2 years into it, she graduates with the associates, and she's trying to figure out what bigger college she would go to. And she tells me that one counselor told her, she mentioned UCLA to the one counselor, and the lady told her, like, good luck. Like, nice try. Like,
really?
Good luck. So she came home, she told me that, and she goes, you know what? I'm gonna do it.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna write a letter. I'm gonna write my whole life raw. Where I feel, where we've been at, to where my whole life story, 100% uncut, and how I feel now and where I'm at now with my grades, and I'm gonna apply to UCLA.
Now, had she had a pretty rough life up to this point?
I would say so.
Got you.
I would say so. Unfortunate in many ways.
Yeah. So,
but she always, the thing I can say about my wife is she's always kept a golden heart. I'm telling you, no matter what anybody's gone through, what anybody goes through, if for somehow, some way they can keep their heart, oh, that's such a blessing. There's people are just so fortunate if they can just keep that heart alive and not darkened, and keep it in the light.
Yeah.
So She applies to UCLA and she gets a full fucking scholarship.
Wow. I hope she went and told that counselor.
So she gets a full ride to UCLA, and we moved to the cusp of Westwood,
Okay.
Culver City, and we live in the UCLA housing. And she just got her bachelor's in sociology.
Wow.
She's looking at what her next step is. And girls, my kids are 6 and 7 now and 12, and they go to a good school. We go to all their functions. I mean, just normal life, just all their little Christmas performances. One thing I'll add to all this right now, and this is one of the biggest blessings I have in all my addiction, all my alcoholism, and all my bad ways. To this day, my kids, if I stay clean and I continue the road that I'm on and I never go back, and this is one thing I hold very true to me, my kids never saw dope fiend dad. My kids have never seen a drunken father.
It's beautiful.
One way or another, my kids don't have that story. My 12-year-old has dad stepped away for 2 years.
Got you.
Okay, and the older she's getting, I've talked to her. By all means, I don't go out there and go, hey, your dad was a dope fiend. Your dad was a fucking drug addict. He couldn't help himself. He did that. No. It come to a point where it was always told to her, and it was said for me, Daddy was sick.
Yeah.
Daddy was making poor choices. Daddy didn't know how to make right choices. He had to it was better. Mm-hmm. It was better. You'll learn later that it was better that Daddy was absent for that time to work on himself.
Yeah.
So it's I'm very fortunate in that one, because I'm just gonna tell you how much my daughters mean to me. My daughters are my world. My daughters, what it is for me is I understand what a dad means to them. How important it is for me, of their father, to be present, but not only present, be active in their feelings, be active in their emotions, continue to build a relationship with them individually. That's the real important one for me.
Yeah.
If I could sit here and I can be through, gone through what I've gone through and learn what I've learned, and have the mindset that I have, and I'm growing, and I have a lot of knowledge of what it is about feelings and emotions and processing and stuff like that. Why can't I give that to my kids? Why can't I listen to them more at their caliber, at their age? How come I can't instill things in them, set example for them, share things with them on their level, and just give them hopefully a tiny bit of a head start on them getting a grasp on their feelings and their emotions, and how they project things, and how they receive things, and how they react with things.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things where I say the kids are what doesn't let any father settle.
Yeah.
Can I go out there and get paint jobs right now? Can I build commitment soldier to just this half-mast thing? And can I get a 1-bedroom house or a 1-bedroom apartment or anything like that, and just make it, survive, be okay? Sure. The minute you have the kids, for me, it's we're not settling for shit. Nothing. All in. Strive. Build, complete. Go after things. Reassess things. Look at things deeper. Broaden your range of what you're looking at, what you can do, what you're gonna get out there, and what you can get. I mean, when we talk about what we can build, there's no limit to it.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I've ever looked at my whole history of things. I only limited myself. And I want to say that everything that I've gone through and everything that I've experienced brought me to this point. 29 months, 1 day today.
Dude, congratulations, brother.
29 months was yesterday. 29 months, 1 day today. And
Hell yeah.
I just look at it at 41 years old. I have 19 years. I'm not saying that I'm going to die at 60, but I have 19 years to be fully active, fully functional, and go out there and build what I can build. Build those relationships. One thing that I've noticed in life and what stands out to me in life, it's building those relationships out there. Building solid ones. Getting out there and meeting the people that you truly want to have in your life or could have in your life, and cultivating those relationships.
Everybody, we're going to take a quick break for our sponsors and we'll be back in 1 minute. Yo, what's up, fool? Make sure you check out Downstar for all of your dress-up needs. Get it poppin' over here. We have all the kits for the K-Series, the B-Series, the transmission, the mounts, the engine, the Toro, baby. We have the hardware for the seats, for the stereo. We got it for the speakers. We got it for the lug nuts. We got it for the air valves. We got it for everything, dog. So you make sure you hit us up at downstarinc.com or you call us up, fool. You can even text us, lame, 818-937-3472. Just shoot us a text and tell us what's up, dog. I need some fucking balls in this bitch. Hit us up, downstarinc.com. Hey, and if you got an Instagram, slide in our fucking DM at Downstar. Wait, hit up the homie, Frank_Downstar. He's the one that takes care of all the DMs. Hit that level up and shoot him a message and he'll get you all taken care of real nicely.
So, 29 months sober, 29 months in 1 day.
Clean.
What happened the 29 months ago where you had to decide that, yo, this is it? I'm making a change.
One last. What happened? All right, I'll give the one last what happened. This one's pretty. Had to remind myself of the addict that I am. So my wife has a friend, and it was her birthday, and we ended up going to a bar out in the valley, and her friend's gay.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a gay bar, and I don't know, I'll check out the scene, but I'm not too fond of that, like going to a bar like that.
Yeah.
So I'll check it out and see what's what and make my decision if I'm going to chill here or there. And I had a few beers. We went. There was not that many people, and I hadn't been messing around. And I go to the bathroom, and dude tries to hit on me.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, dude, get the fuck, get away from me. And I turn around, and then he turns around and goes, well, I bet you like this. And he pulls out a bag of dope. And without thinking, I walk right up to him. I grab him by his collar, and I grab the bag out of his hand. I throw him out of the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
I'm left right there with the bag of dope in my hand. And just to explain exactly where my head goes, it's instant time frame. I'm going to use this. How am I going to do it? This, that, and the other. And I fucking ate it. It was the fastest thing I could do to get back out there, because now I'm going to get loaded and I have the wife out there. And so I fucking ate it. It was in abundance. And then 45 minutes later, I'm fucking... my wife's looking at me like, what the fuck's wrong with you? And I'm, nothing. Nothing. Fucking nothing. It never fails, bro. I'll be like the most fucking twisted motherfucker looking at you going, oh, nothing. Didn't do shit. Like, nothing. Just check me out. Feel my pulse. Like, I can be fucking twisted in a motherfucker, right? And I'll still just try to ride it out like, no, hand in the cookie jar. No, I didn't fucking do it. Not doing it. No, so... But that was a really, really, really big eye opener, because back to the kids, back to kids, UCLA, my work, and just in life, it was the one last thing that I had to do to remind myself that I need recovery. I need help. I can't do this by myself. I need some type of program in me.
Yeah.
I need some type of guidance. I can't do this on my own. This is what happens when I'm left to my own device. So it was one of the biggest ups and fucking slam against the ground ever. And it sucked. It hurt. It was demoralizing. It created so many fucking feelings in my life where I was at.
Yeah.
And best thing that happened, because I knew at that point what I've been through and what I knew about everything. The one thing I did know was the only way that I would fix this one was completely change my life around and go the other direction. There was only one way. When I sat there and I was coming down and I was feeling everything I was feeling, I knew there was only one way to fix it. There was only one way. It wasn't just... There was only one way, bro, which was completely turn my life around and put everything behind me and just go forward and show myself, so it will show others that I'm going in the right direction.
Yeah.
So right away I just went to a meeting. I went to a meeting. I looked at where the meetings were. I got into it. Dude, I was still fucked off. And I still remember, I talk in my meetings. I remember I sat right there. I came in day one. I felt retarded, looked retarded. I was a mess. And I remember trying to eat a fucking banana.
Yeah.
Just to look halfway normal. And I remember how I ate that fucking banana. It was fucking retarded. And I just remember how you guys you didn't judge me. You didn't look at me funny.
So was it still in your system at that time?
Oh yeah, that took a minute. That took a minute to get out.
Shit.
That was a terrible... You get older and you don't... I didn't come down as easy. I didn't bounce back right away. It took a good 2-3 days to level off and come down. And then it was like 3 more days of fucking sleep and eat. And once again, I just had to like grab myself from feet, like I was telling you outside.
Yeah. I
had to go, sometimes we'll grab ourselves by our own feet and fucking boom, 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 fucking smash yourself against the fucking ground. And then fuck, man, that's just what it was. And I'm so grateful for that.
Yeah.
I'm so fucking grateful for that one last dupe, one last bad, poor, fucked up decision that I made. Because it led me right into recovery.
Hell yeah.
It led me right into my 29 months one day. It led me back to working on my life again as a whole. I share with one of my best friends, Drew Warner, that owns Synergy Finishes. Mm-hmm. One of the best Venetian plasters in West LA and Los Angeles as a whole. He got clean 10 days later.
Really?
He got clean 10 days later, and for the last 29 months minus 10 days, we've helped each other, we've leaned on each other, we've prayed together, we've shared everything we can together, we've bounced off every idea that we have together, we've done it together, and it's so important to not only have a little network, if not a big network of people to lean on when it comes to recovery, but fuck, if I would tell anybody, if you could just find one person in your life, one person in your life that you can just tell anything and everything to, you know, and that's seeing and looking, and for me, that's not even mentioning my wife.
Yeah.
The wife I have. I can tell anything and everything to my wife, my life partner. She knows, she's been through it, she understands it. You know, she's my, you know, she's my soulmate, she's my life partner. I found the one. She loves me for me inside and out. I love her inside and out. Nothing's sugar coated. Everything's been so raw.
Yeah.
You know, and everything's been so laid out, and we understand. We keep working on the importance of what we do together, how we process things together, how we work, how we bounce things off each other, how we look at things that are important to keep the fire built, to grow the fire in our relationship, to not get stagnant, how important we are to each other in more than one way, and all the ways we do, and then how to balance that out by being the parents that we are, by being the student she is, by being the business owner that I am, and trying to just create more. I mean, it's one of the biggest things in life is learning how to prioritize and balance everything, and just shifting it all around. Because if you back to that all or nothing thing, you want to be the best dad you can, the best husband you can, put out the best fucking quality work you can, and then all those fucking relationships that I'm talking about. So it's like a man of many hats.
Yeah.
Man of many hats, going out there every day and just creating more and more opportunity. See, because we're the ones that get up. We get the ability to get up and get out there, and we create our own opportunity. If it's making phone calls, if it's talking to people at the paint store, the hardware store, the street. Fuck, you get me on the 405 traffic. I've learned how to utilize the 405 traffic. I look for the fucking big 250 construction truck with Tom driving, and I get next to him and I'm looking for him. I'll make sure I pull up to him.
Yeah.
And I got my truck loaded with tools, and I tell him, roll your window down.
Yeah.
What's up? How's business? What do you do? What do you specialize in? And I do all that just to get to the point where I can tell them what I do.
Yeah.
Who I am. People are people. You go out there and you talk to them all. You throw 1,000 pieces of shit against the wall in my industry and one's going to stick.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
All right? So look, so here. So in the process of all this, I'm going to a paint store. I'm going to a paint store for the last couple of years out there in Westwood. It's the Shield Park on Olympic. And one of the dudes that helps me get the paint, one day he asked me, he says, hey, what do you know about broken windows?
Mm-hmm.
And I was all, broken windows? He's all, yeah, glass, meth. And I was like, shit, I know I know a lot about that shit. What's up? He's all, dude, you're fucking funny. You're funny, and if you know about that, I'm starting this page. And this was a little over a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago. He's all, I'm starting this page called Food's Gone Wild. And I want to record you. So I was like, one of your little stories, you got story? And I was like, yeah, I got fucking stories. He was like, I want to record you. So I threw it off. And one day he caught me. He was like, hey. And I was like, fuck it, let's go do one real quick. We'll just go fucking. So we went out to the back of the paint store, and there it was. I threw out the commitment. And he videoed it, and he put it out there. And this is when Food's Gone Wild had 8,000 followers.
Yeah.
And he put it out, and it did okay. It got like 3,000 views, whatever. And he was like, hey, dude, fucking did. It got some views. And then I did another one, Scooby Snacks.
Yeah.
And these are the first two I did a year ago. Back of the paint store, all ghetto, all raw. But they did a little something, and he only had that big of a platform. And I went, no, I don't want to do it no more. Not right now. I want to be the best fucking painter in the world. I want to get out there and success. You got me in Westwood, Beverly Hills. You got me doing these higher end jobs. One way or another, I don't want, for some reason, because I wasn't a big social media person.
Got you.
I just went, oh, dude, if a bunch of people see this, the wrong people, maybe I don't get in. It's going to get in the way of these big prestigious jobs, or these bigger jobs, or me getting further into these higher end homes. And so we didn't do no more. And then a year later, he hits me up and he says, I got an idea. And we're a business now.
Mm-hmm.
And I could pay you. And I went, all right, well, what are you talking about? And he was like, all right, Frank Hernandez Fridays. I want you to do Frank Hernandez Fridays every Friday. I want you to do this. I can give you that. and let's see, and let's try first 5 videos, and let's see how it does. And at this point he has like 420,000 followers.
God damn.
So boom, I go into the studio. Now they got a studio. They're all set up. They got it going on. They got the whole kit and caboodle, and they got merch, and they're full-fledged, Fools Gone Wild.
Yeah.
Thriving to this day. Only gonna get bigger. Only gonna come up with better things, and it's a huge platform. And I do these Frank Hernandez Fridays, and right away they take off.
They're fucking funny, bro.
8 videos. The last I checked, probably a month ago. Not bad. First 8 videos, 1.3 million views. And it's taking off. It's doing what it's doing, and
Yeah.
it's gaining followers. It's like the comments are funnier than shit. It's almost like you look at one of those videos and you have a blast looking at the video, but then you read all the comments that come in, and it's a whole nother show. It's a whole nother fucking 15 minutes of fucking laughing your ass off,
Yeah.
reading all the comments. And through this process, at one point, they told me, you should make your own page.
Yeah.
All right, so I put together, I just sat there and I walked around for like 3 minutes, and I went, oh, Commitment Soldier. Because commitment, all right, soldier. Commitment Soldier, all right, that's the name of my page, and I didn't think nothing of it.
Yeah.
So in the midst of all these videos, I told the dude from Fools Gone Wild, my friend, I said, hey, man, I'm in recovery though, and I'm saying these fucking way out raw fucking stories. I always want to I gotta say something. I want to say something in recovery, or something better, or something like that. I want to establish that this is just raw entertainment. That's that. So he blessed me. He goes, hey, I know how much that means to you. I'm gonna do you a solid on one of the next runs. He goes, throw in one of those videos of you saying, what you want to say about it. It's just this, it's just that, so I went on one, and I went, hey, this is Frank Hernandez Friday, whatever. But this is, all this that I do here is for the raw entertainment, show you what's out there, how it could be like, and it's just for the humor of things. But here on the up and up, follow me at Commitment Soldier for any questions or anything you want to ask me about how I got right, how I changed my life, how I got different, how I can help. Come follow me at Commitment Soldier. And 8 weeks later, I had 10,000 followers.
Wow.
I'm probably going on 11 or 12 weeks now. I'm kind of stagnant at 10,000. But as much as I know I need followers, right? Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not tripping on it. I'm not the one sitting here going, how do I get
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
I want people to follow me because they like what I'm putting out there. And so through these 10,000 people, and I see what, now I start and keep it at this point, it's just follow me at Commitment Soldier, because that's my page. And I have a thought in my head that I'm just going to put, motivating stuff on there, little recovery things, uplifting things, little funny things that I put on just my own personal raw entertainment page. And all of a sudden I start getting DMs. I start getting the video calls.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, how'd you get right? How'd you get off this? How'd you do that? How do I do this? What do you suggest? I give it my all to everybody that I video call. I let them know that they don't have to do this shit alone, even if it's just me right there on the other end of a message, a DM, or a video chat that we could do on Instagram. I'm here. Give them the reassurance that my number one thing to them is they can do it if they choose to. Number 2 is they don't have to do it alone. I'm right here. You can always reach out to me.
Yeah.
I'll guide you. I'll be there for you. I'll give you suggestion. I'll do anything I can for the moments that I have to give you the best advice I can to guide you in a better direction. So through this, now all of a sudden I'm getting DMs. Well, when you can get merch? How do I become a Commitment Soldier?
Yeah.
I'm a commitment soldier. When you gonna do commitment soldier Thursday or
Yeah.
it hit me. I went, fuck, commitment soldier is something. I started thinking about commitment. Fuck, commitment means so much or so little or something to everybody. It's not just for young people. It's not just for old people. It's not just for this race or that race. It's widespread.
Yeah.
Soldier. Strength in it. There's meaning in it. It backs up the commitment. We got something here.
Hell yeah.
All right, threw this little thing out. Who would like to see commitment soldier turn this into something or build something? I got a decent response. And then I went to LegalZoom and I looked up the commitment soldier and I Googled it. Nothing even close. You get the army or some shit.
Yeah.
And I went, fuck. I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy the trademark. Buy the LLC. Make it mine. Develop it. So I did. Now I own Commitment Soldier.
Hell yeah.
It's my LLC. It's my little business, my little brand that I can start and I can build to anything I want on the basis of life. On the basis of life and what we can do, and we can help people in recovery. We can help people as a people. We can help people as a brand. If I ever had it my way, it's something where I'd want you to be wearing, like say you're wearing one of my Commitment Soldier hats and you're walking down the street and you see somebody with the Commitment Soldier sweatshirt or a hoodie or whatever it is, or a shirt. I want you guys to know that you guys are gonna talk. You guys are gonna minimally say what's up.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna spit something back and forth positive. You know, it's something that where the whole basis behind it is gonna be lift each other up, don't break each other down. You know, we need to start learning to live together and lift each other up in all the different ways that we can, so we can get to our next goal, so we can get to our next step. We can do it together. Man, if everybody knew that, if we just knew how to do things more cordially together, let alone do things wholeheartedly together with some feeling behind it, what that creates, where you can go. That whole saying, 2 minds is better than 1, 3 minds is better than 2.
Yeah.
You know, so on and so on. People with people make the world go round. We uplift each other, or we don't, and that to me is very unfortunate. How come? Okay, so the one thing factual is that our population has grown. So our population has grown this fucking big, but that created everybody to go more introvert.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Everybody puts up their guard more. And I'm not saying for everybody to go out there and let their fucking guard down and don't be vigilant, or, you know, be suckers or to get taken advantage of. No, just pick and choose. Go out there. There's a lot of fucking good people out there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good people. There's a lot of good things, you know. And seeing, like, I think about like evil and darkness and bad. It's always been there.
Yeah.
It's always been there, and it hasn't got worse. There's always been really, really bad shit.
Yeah.
But the thing we look at is goodness. Goodness has grown. Greatness and evolution of what great is now and best is now, and talents are on the good note. It's all expanded. I mean, look at the shit they do with BMX bikes, motocross, snow events, the shit they're doing on all these different things. Look at your cars out there.
Yeah.
I mean, who would have thought?
It's it's this new age that we got, man. This social media, it allows your message to get spread a lot wider than you had possibilities in the past, and with you having this message, talking about your story, the things that you've gone through, you can reach way more people than you could in the past, it's a blessing, man. It's a great thing, and I think that your story is something that can definitely help out a lot of people. And when you came here earlier today, you told me a story about when you went to Starbucks right now.
Yeah.
Let me have you tell that story, man, because that was great. I loved it.
So then, like, when I pulled to the Starbucks this morning, it's all the early bird addicts, riffraff, whatever you want to call it, and they're all congregating out there, and it's about 12 of them, and I just checked the scene out, and this one guy picking his face, staring down, the other guy just looking around, couple other people just walking in circles, basically, doing all their morning jive and getting their morning together, you could say. And I go in there, I order my coffee, and as I'm waiting for my coffee, I go back out there. And to me, it's like any chance I get to go out there and go, hey, what's up, guys? What's going on? How are you? I'm always going to go out there. I'm always going to talk to everybody. I'm always going to talk to the addicts. I'm always going to talk to any crowd like that. I'm always going to let them know, who I am and why I'm saying hi and, hey, I've been through it, and things do get better, and, how's it going? And just throw the little fishing net out there. Throw it out there. Give them a little hope.
Yeah.
I can just say a few little key points about this or about that, just to see how they respond. To me it's planting a little seed. You throw little seeds out there everywhere you go, and ultimately, like I was telling you, it's in hopes that it gets them thinking. It may be that one thought that helps them get that much, even if it's getting that much closer to that better decision whenever they make it.
Yeah.
Okay. But then, like I was telling you, the golden one is you never know when you said what you said and you walk away and somebody goes, hey, can you help? What were you talking about? What do you mean?
Yeah.
And then you just take that to wherever you could take that. I think life is just a whole lot about executing your goals and stuff like that, but it's a lot of throwing your fishing hooks out there in many different ways. We go fishing every day. Throw a bunch of lines in the water.
Yeah.
Throw a lot of them out there. Go out there and just keep striving to create that opportunity that I talk about. Say hi to everybody. Spark up conversation, and ultimately, like this one, like I just when I say hi and it turns into a small conversation, I can't tell you how many times it turns into, so what do you do? What do you do?
Yeah.
Oh, you're a painter. Shit, my friend Bob needs a painting.
Yeah.
He just asked me, hey, my daughter's room.
Yeah.
It's amazing how, just back to that old school hello.
Yeah.
Right? That proper hi. How you doing? Okay? How that turns into a potential small conversation. That turns into an opportunity. All by just being old-fashioned, basic, proper.
Yeah.
It's fundamentals. Basics. Get the fundamentals down and the basics of life. The structure in your life, what it is. Just be, I say, like you be mainstream, courteous, mannerism, honest, thoughtful, just basic.
Yeah.
You're ahead of the game. You're ahead of the game out there. Then you enhance that, all the enhancements that you throw into your life. You know, being truly thoughtful, how you're communicative, how you're helpful, how you execute things, how you go the extra mile, how you're able to like cover multiple bases at one time, how you're able to be truly giving with no expectations of return.
Yeah.
All the enhancements, and then see how that starts working for you. I mean, like, if you can get out there and you can just thoughtful, dude, like what I've been saying is like, dude, if you just get out there and you be truly, genuinely just thoughtful and you implement that into your life, your daily life, I can't tell you how well that works for me. Being honest, being 100% honest, you know, and staying within boundaries of that. You're not telling every motherfucker your breast stinks, get out of my face.
Yeah.
Hey, fucker, you didn't wipe your ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But just being honest, you know?
I feel you, man.
Just doing the basics of what we're supposed to be doing as men.
Yeah.
You know, how far it gets you. Being well-spoken. Communicate with your eyes. Live with your heart. Live with everything that God gave you. You know what I mean? And put it out there. And don't be scared to ask. And don't be, when it comes to asking for something if you think you need it. Asking what it is if you don't know it. Remain teachable. You know, the minute we think we got it all fucking figured out, we lost.
Yeah, definitely.
The minute we don't continue to grow, we become stagnant. We lost. You know, it's one of those things where I raised my kids to change 3 generations of dysfunction. I build commitment soldier to anything and everything I can build it to. I build my career honestly and from the ground up to as far as I could take it. And all in all, even if I don't accomplish all that to the degree my ego would say we want it at,
Yeah.
as long as I'm okay and I help myself and I help as many people as I can, and I'm thoughtful and I'm honest, and I truly try to the best of my ability each and every day, then I can rest my head at night easy. I can not lose sleep over things. I can be okay with myself. I can have this thing called honor. You know, I can have this thing called value.
Yeah.
I not only stay who I am, but I become better and better and better, and I become more worthwhile. You know, and I know I have a good future ahead of me.
Yeah, definitely, man.
You know, I know I have a great future ahead of me, and I know that I'm going to succeed in a lot more things than I think I am. Just because of the way my outlook is and the things that I do each and every day, and what and where I keep going, and how I put myself out there, and how I receive people and build all my relationships, and just how I walk my daily life.
Dude, I love it, man. I want to talk about your business, Quality Paintworks. Ever since we've been in contact, I've kept an eye on the business, and you come out with some pretty great work, man. I like it. So, how's everything going with that?
It's going wonderful. It's you know, just with work, it's just 22-year veteran, painting and drywall. And I just try to keep up with times as far as execution products and tooling, and it's a lot of cool stuff out there, you know. And I just God gave me 2 hands that I'm really good with, and I put my heart and soul into every job that I do, and I produce some really good, clean work, and I enjoy it.
Yeah,
it's one of those things where my line of work, it helps me with, for the majority. You're going to run into some more difficult, challenging jobs, but For as long as I've done it and how long I've been doing it, how I do it, a lot of it is my yin time,
Yeah.
my time, my think time, my time that I get to reflect, and I'm in a good zone. I'm in a good space. I'm really focused, and painting and construction finishing is very rewarding to me. In many ways. Well, one, it's not the same place every day. It's beautifying things. It's taking something that looks like this and turning it into that. And it's a real confidence booster, ego booster. You very much, there's a compliment value out of it, because you're not only working, providing for your family, and you're doing it honestly, and you're doing it from good old fashioned hard work and great skill set. You're turning into things really nice, and, and you're beautifying things, and you're getting the wows from your customers, and you're getting the awes from your customers. And I think it wasn't until years ago when I made my first customer cry, the lady.
No way.
Yeah, you know.
Wow.
That's there's a lot of rewards in it.
Hell yeah.
I mean, there's no limits to where you could take our finishes.
Dude, that's awesome, man. If somebody wanted to contact you about getting work done, how would they go about doing that?
You can.
And what area around do you support?
I'll support anywhere from Oxnard, Palmdale, back to Long Beach, I would say.
Got you. Nice little 100-mile radius there.
Definitely. If it's worth our efforts and worth the time, and we can work something out, then definitely. I mean, just recently, I went to Hawaii.
Oh, really?
Yeah, through Instagram. So a gentleman saw my, I'm in this little group called Bonded by the Brush, and it's just a good 40 to 60 of us, and we're scattered all around the world in the States, and we share the common goal and knowledge of painting.
Yeah.
And a gentleman saw my work, and we talked about, I had some time. Could you make it out here? Could I go out there, and what can you put together for me, if offer wise? And he came at me with a great offer, and flew me out there and did some work with him. And
wow.
he's the right painter in Honolulu, Waikiki.
Got you, yeah.
And he's great, man. And his name's Sam, and he treated me really well. He paid me really well. He showed me the island. I flew my wife out there for the last 7 days.
Yeah.
And just had an amazing time. And I mean, we'll go. Listen, if the scope of work, it falls right into our line of work, and the compensation is fair and it's worth our while, we'll pretty much go anywhere.
Man, I love it.
Within
dude.
reason,
Making it out to Hawaii, that's awesome.
Yeah, that was pretty rad. There's no limit to construction. There's no limit to life.
Yeah.
Not at all. I mean, did I think I was walking into a 55,000 square foot fucking estate a week ago?
Yeah.
To go do a bid. And if you've seen that one, there might be a couple of finishes that is beyond our level. I mean,
Yeah.
We're really talented. We're really good, and we cover 90% of any custom finish, from scenic schemes to the highest in high polished lacquers to endless variation of Venetian plasters, marmarinos, any custom paint. We cover it, drywall, textures and stuff, but any custom finish we can do. It's when we get into some of those I want to say like those angels and God murals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That, you know, I think we just, I don't think we get up into that one.
I saw recently that you did one. It looked like maybe like a tree or something.
Yeah, that's one of the Regina, and she does some really, really nice custom work. So
Very cool.
I'll do all her base coating and prep work, and then she'll come in there and she'll do her fancy artscapes and stuff like that. And she's very, very talented.
Nice.
You just try to surround yourself. See, one of the biggest things in life is just, it's not all that what you know. It's who you know that not only do you know them, but you can call them and you can get them to work with you. You know, it's just knowing the right people to do the right job.
It's building a network, man.
Absolutely.
I was just talking about this yesterday. I was on a podcast, and I was talking to the guy, and we were just talking about networking and the value of it. And the value of networking I've seen early on, and that's actually what helped me get to this point that we're at today. Just putting myself in uncomfortable situations, talking to people that usually I wouldn't talk to. Asking, what do you do? I do this. What do you do? Okay, maybe we could connect one day. I need somebody that needs to get their house painted. Hey, Frank, maybe this guy, can I send him your info or what have you? We were talking earlier about the merch. I have a guy that I send work to all the time. I'll message him, hey, I'm going to send a guy your way. Okay, cool.
Perfect.
Send you his info, you guys connect, and then go from there. You know, it's just everybody help each other out.
No, and then watch, talking about you. I forget who I mentioned that I was going to do a podcast with. He owns this company, Downstar, and he does some race car little tchotchke parts. And
Yeah.
she went, oh, my dad would love that.
Really?
And I went, what? And she goes, my dad's all into race cars and all that shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. You just never know when anything's going to land from this to that.
Yeah.
If I would have told you in a million years that if I would ever been sitting here building Commitment Soldier, talking to Frank Downstar, doing a podcast on Instagram with just look at even just 10,000 followers, coming off of having 1.3 million views on this platform called Fools Not Wild.
Yeah.
You know, I would have never fathomed it.
Life's like that, man.
No, it's just everything you just keep putting yourself into.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's those uncomfortable positions that you typically wouldn't do, but you go outside your comfort zone and you go out and you get it. I don't give a fuck. That's half the reason why, and the key to me is there's so many responsibilities and so many things that I gotta give a fuck about that the other part I can't. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't waste my efforts there. I don't waste my energy. Frank's gonna go out there. I'm gonna go out there, and I'm gonna go get it. I'm gonna go create that opportunity for myself, for what I can build to help others, to make a difference, to get out there and make a stand in my life, and something that has substance and value, and I'm gonna do it all through honesty and transparency and righteousness.
Yeah.
You know, and I just think nothing's gonna stop me there. I just caught myself saying the other day, is like, you know, a lot of us, we try to live in the light. You know, we try to stay in the light, stay out of the darkness. Come on, get in the light. If you're ever feeling negative, scoot over, get into the light. Well, back to enhancements. Why not be the light?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Why not be that fucking shining light? Why don't you be that person that's going around spreading your energy, spreading your goodness, being that light, overcoming people's barriers, pulling the introverts out, being that extrovert that you are, and just go out there and fucking do it.
Yeah.
Make it happen. All through communication. Communication is key. You can say anything to anybody, anytime, anywhere. It's how you say it. You just go out there and you do it.
I love it, man. And that's one of the reasons for this podcast. You know, I love sitting with people like yourself, hearing their story, hearing their their downfalls, the things that they went through, and then fast forward seeing where they're at today and giving hope to people who may not even be at the dark places that you have been, but they think that where they're at is a dark place. So it gives them a lot more motivation to be able to escape that.
All my past did for me was have me go through things that I learned from as a whole, have a different perspective as a whole on life, show me back to value. Value. Because of that, I see the value of this.
Yeah.
I see the value of life. I see the value of breath. I see the value of honesty. I see the value of people. I see the value of relationships. I see the value of love. Love. Fucking love. Why can't we love more?
Yeah.
Why can't we say where's love at? Love is all around, but it's tucked in corners.
It's a very intimate thing, you know?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't want to...
We're not going to throw it around loosely, though.
Yeah.
But fuck. You know what I mean? You can love the next person. You don't have to barbecue with them every weekend.
Yeah.
You don't need to know their social security number and check their credit and go through 10 bad things to see how it all played out.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying going out there and trust the world, but why don't we start by trusting ourselves? You know?
Yeah. Now, you working with Fools Gone Wild, I see that they have a lot of like live events that they'll do, concerts or what have you. Have you ever been to any of those events?
No, back to me being a father and having focus on my paint business, you know, and then recovery and then gym and just time and how many hours are in a day. I'm still learning how to do all this.
Yeah.
You know, and back to priorities, right? And balancing everything. The really interesting thing about Fools Gone Wild, it's an amazing platform to have, big platform to have backing me, and they've opened the door and laid out the red carpet for me, and they will assist me on anything and everything that I want and any ideas and so forth. And but everything I've done with them, ready? I've only invested maybe 2.5 hours in the Fools Gone Wild at this point.
Really?
Yeah. It's just everything that I'm gonna do and everything that that I've done has been 100% raw.
Yeah.
100% off the top of my head. 100% from me. None of my videos that I've posted on Frank Hernandez Fridays were rehearsed, looked back at, edited, switched, nothing. It's been right off the top of my head,
Yeah.
recorded, and then never looked back at and just wait till they post.
Yeah, I I actually wanted to get into that. There was one that really stood out to me, and I want to see if you can go over this one. It was about the addict.
Tweaker pets.
Yeah. Yeah, if we can, if you don't mind,
What do you want to know?
just telling that one for the people that haven't heard it. Once again, guys, this is every Friday on Fools Gone Wild. It's Frank Hernandez Fridays.
I'd been frequenting this spot with an individual. You have to go with an individual, take you to the spot, and then you cop and whatever. And then it got to this point one time where I just went by myself, and I knocked on the door and let me in. He recognized me, whatever, and I sat there and copped, and I just heard something up above, but fucking tweaking. I didn't think nothing of it.
Yeah.
Went back another time, and conversation's just a little bit better, and I hear that fucking noise up on the ceiling, and he catches me. You know, he like, you hear that, right? And I'm like, yeah, I'm sitting here, I'm just thinking like I'm tweaking or something, but what the fuck? And he gets all giddy. He starts getting all giddy, and he's like, oh, like, fuck, like, I'm gonna show you what's up there, and get ready for this, and I'm like tripping the fuck out. He's already somewhat of a weirdo, but the way he got all giddy, he fucking, like, fuck.
He wanted to show you.
I'm gonna show you. And he goes to the kitchen, the pull down little ladder, and I'm like, what the fuck? I've seen some shit, but this is new. This is something for the book. I'm like, what the fuck? So I go over there, and he pulls this little ladder down, and the minute he pulls it down, it just stale. It smells like smoke, stale, sweat, funky. It's just, and it's barely lit up there.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, take a look in there. And I'm like, fuck, all right.
Were you afraid to look up there?
No, I'm like I'm just thinking like, what the fuck, you know, like what? So I climb up there, I put my head in, dude, and it's like fucking 4 people in there, 2 guys, 2 girls, and they're super skinny, and there's stuff laying around, paraphernalia, and it's just real stagnant in there. It's really light dimmed, and their eyes are all big, and they're all sucked up, and they're all just the way they were moving. And I was like, fuck. And I come down, and he's closing. The night starts to tell me, he goes, yeah, those are my tweaker pets. Every now and then I keep them up there, and I give them a little bit at a time, and they cry for it, and they fiend for it, and I just give them little niblets, and I take care of them. I keep them up there. My tweaker pets.
What the fuck?
And I was like, wow. Levels to this shit.
Yeah.
There's crazy shit out there. There's some way out shit out there.
It's great to see you in a good space, man.
Well, yeah.
I love it.
I mean, I could be going where I'm going, or I could be one of those fucking tweaker pits.
Yeah.
Nah, I just choose this road.
Definitely.
I got a lot to give to people.
So, for somebody listening right now that might have a problem with addiction, maybe it hasn't got to the level where it's really impacted their life. Maybe it's been leading them in a dark path, and they want to get away from it as quick as possible. What do you think would be some actionable items that they can do?
Well, first and foremost, you can get at me at Commitment Soldier on Instagram. You can DM me there. You can ask for assistance, ask for help. We can start talking there. If you don't make it to Commitment Soldier, there's plenty of places of recovery in each and every city, each and every place. Go online and look for the nearest recovery house, detox center. Give them a call. You know, there's hotlines. Look for the hotline number. Give it a call. Ask for help. Ask for help. Period. Anybody. I mean, just. Best thing I can say is literally just ask anybody for help. And if the first person shuts you down, ask the next person. Just ask for help. You know, you guys can't do it by yourself. You need help. You need assistance. You need guidance. You need a lot of suggestion. You know, you just need somebody.
Yeah.
You know, you definitely just need somebody, and you need to ask for help. You gotta want the help. You know?
I love it, man. So in the near future, what do you see coming out of Commitment Soldier?
I will put together a business plan. I will be launching more posts on Instagram and go that way. I'll start up some merch, get some Commitment Soldier shirts, some Commitment Soldier hoodies. I'll start getting some merch out there so we can put to play the logo and get some strength and get some logos on people and get that around. I can then after that I already got a couple little propositions for some venues to throw, and Frank, I'm gonna be calling you.
Dude, we're here.
I'm gonna be calling you too and be just figuring out what we can do to build this better.
I'm here to help, man. I'm very excited for anybody that's going into a new venture that they're excited on and wanting to build on it. And for you doing something so honorable and helping people out in need, I'm going to do everything that I can to help you out in it, man, because if this conversation helps one person out, I mean, that it was totally worth it.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely. And even even if it just plants a seed somewhere.
Definitely.
You know, one way or another, it's we're going to get out there and help. We're going to do it, and we're going to do it organically, and we're going to do it from our hearts to the next person's heart, and we're going to do it from one mind to the next, and it's just, we're going to show, and we're just going to pretty much expose how the changes of one man's life can help another person's life.
Yeah.
You know, so it's going to be a great thing, and just trying to put it all together and try to figure it all out. Because the rawness and the trueness of it all is, you guys hear my story, you hear my past. You see where I'm focused on with the one thing I do know how to do is go out there and do construction and paint, and that's going well. The one thing and I'm pretty new to social media, but being pretty new, not a bad start.
Yeah, definitely.
I just need to teach myself or learn from the people I need to learn how we're going to create this into something better, and I'm just going to put all the work I can into it. You know, I'm just continuously all I'm going to do, and I promise everybody is I'm going to 100% devote me, raw me, uncut me to anybody and everybody that wants to see and hear me or talk to me.
Yeah.
And that's that.
I love it, bro. I'm excited for the future to see what you cook up, man. I can definitely see some, live events, meet and greets, things like that, and you having conversations with people one-on-one and just spreading the good word, you know?
Absolutely. And it's likewise. I want to see you take Downstar to another level.
Definitely, man.
I want to see you continue to grow. I want to see you continue to give back. I want to continue to for you to build what you built with this business, take it to this interest that you like genuinely as you.
Yeah.
And take this to as far as you can take it in the levels of where it can go.
Dude, I love it, man. Doing this podcast, I don't know if it's apparent through the episodes themselves, but I'm extremely passionate about this. I have this podcast, I have one after this, and then tomorrow I have two more podcasts. And we're not making money from this.
Right.
This is just something, the planting seeds, just like you said, planting these seeds. Hopefully somebody that follows you will be able to find Downstar now, find the podcast, listen to past episodes, and hopefully those past episodes spark something inside of them.
Absolutely.
Just about putting that information out there. I just love having these conversations with people. And Frank, I really, really appreciate you being here, man.
Likewise.
I know you're a very busy person, and it means a lot to me for you to see value in this podcast and to share these intimate stories about your life, man.
That's the only way we're going to get forward.
Definitely.
So we lean on each other and we create something together, and then we move forward with it, and we can make the moves we need to make.
Definitely. So before we get out of here, just one more time, let people know where they can find you, and if they want to contact you, what would be the best way?
You can find me on Instagram at Commitment Soldier. You can give me a call for Quality Paint Works at 310-912-5338 for any painting needs. You can search synergyfinishes.com, and you can search artabellafinishes.com, and just let them know Frank Hernandez sent you.
Dude, I love it, man. Frank, thank you for your time once again. Guys, make sure you check him out, The Commitment Soldier. This is Downtime with Downstar, episode 138, and we out. Peace.
Peace.